Are probiotics useful on their own, or do you need a prebiotic? Presumably, you can put all the amount of probiotics in there, but unless you're feeding them, presumably they won't take root. Do you think they need to be considered together as a whole, or does that make sense?
It does. And what's kind of counterintuitive about probiotics, you're putting live bacteria into the gut, but they generally don't survive very long. They generally just almost pass straight through. They're not being delivered to become part of your microbiome. They're there as a kind of an extra. And in some parts of your gut, they will be the dominant bacteria for a very short period of time after you've eaten them. And that may have a direct effect on your immune system, your nervous system, your gut barrier function, things like that. But then they'll pass through. So that's why you have to keep taking them, which of course is good for the people who make them because it means you have to take them every day. But the objective is not to insert them into your microbiome and have them become part of your microbiome. Your microbiome that you've selected over many years is actually pretty hostile to incomers. It doesn't really want to change, and it has kind of occupied all of the ecological niches in the gut, and it will do its best to resist incoming new microbes. So most probiotics, you eat them, they're there, and then they're gone again. And you have to keep eating them to get those benefits. So ingesting like a high fiber food with your probiotic is not going to support your probiotic. It's going to support members of your microbiome, which could also be a good thing. In fact, it might even help your microbiome to better fight off the probiotic because it would be in a healthier state. So it's a bit of a paradox there that both things are good for you, but they don't necessarily interact. Now, some companies have tried to develop probiotics together with a prebiotic, which is almost designed for that specific probiotic. They call them synbiotics, and it's a synergy between a probiotic and a prebiotic that feeds it at the same time. But for most probiotics, they just pass through very quickly, have an effect, but then are gone again.